Hello, Dr. Howard Dennis, your certified high performance coach. Today, we're going over the core sessions, and this is the 11th one, and it's on purpose mastery. So grab your journal, and the goals today are to assist you in living and leading with purpose. And then we want to gauge how well you feel you've been leading and living with purpose. Okay? Now, I was with a coaching client of mine just recently, and they had mentioned something about, you really helped me do this, getting out of this situation that they were in or whatever. And I really had commented back to them, texted back to them that it's not me at all, it's you that are doing it. And that leads me to talk about this coaching. We coaches give you the space to create your future. It's very important that we acknowledge that we are the captains of our own ship. We have agency, accountability, and it's very important to take a note of your accountability. And if you've got good autonomy, accountability, and agency, then good for you. This is all about you learning how you're growing, and you know why it happened, and being accountable for it. Because we have the power to change our lives. All right? And that is not a selfish thing. It's not a conceited thing. It's just we have power to grab a hold of our own ship and steer it in the right direction. And we can do this today. It starts today. If you thought about that, just start today. Also, I was going through my emails and I saw another great email from Shane Parrish. I can't remember his book, but he has a great newsletter. I think it's called Brain Food, and it's Farnham Street. And I want to share these with you, and then we'll get into the lesson. When you fall in love with the process rather than the outcome, you don't have to wait to be happy. So fall in love with this process. Fall in love with creating your choices, and fall in love with the journey, not the end. And if we love the journey, we're going to have fun and we're going to be happy. That's my thoughts on that. And then writer and playwright Nora Ephron on agency. She said this, and I really like what she said. Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim. We want to be the heroes, not victims. Okay? And then novelist Charles Kingsley on happiness. He said this, we act as though comfort and luxury were the chief requirements of life, when all that we need to make us happy is something to be enthusiastic about. And we talked about this before, about bringing the energy and your enthusiasm and your engagement. All right? That sells. That lights people's fires. Citadel founder Ken Griffin on opportunities. It says, often it's the person who goes the extra mile who comes to the right conclusion. That's grit. It's perseverance. It's determination. It's making the effort. One of the things we emphasize is, what do we need to do? What extra steps do we need to take to get to the right conclusion faster than those you compete with? And if you do hustle, you'll find those opportunities. Go the extra mile. And then the founder of Panera Bread, Juan Sheikh, there was a couple maxims he wrote, 10 of them, but there was a couple that stood out for me. I like the best, seek out the details. There is no balance, you make choices. And I like that. I had a great friend, he's $5. He says, which one do you love the most? The one that needs it the most in the moment. I like that. And obsession isn't a problem, it's an advantage. And then I like these three. People want to feel special in a world where they aren't. The greatest risk is underinvesting in what works. And last one, build something worthy of those who believed in you. So I love those. I hope those inspire you. They've inspired me. Let's get right into the questions on purpose. All right. Like I said, I hope you have your journal and you're working this out. And has your purpose changed has it changed any since you've been following these course sessions along the way? And if you haven't, and if this is your first one, has your purpose changed at all within this last month? And why is that? And what have you been doing? which way you've been going, okay? And have you ever lost your way? Have you ever lost yourself, like you feel like you're living someone else's life? And what did it feel like? And what did it look like? And what was going on? All right? We can learn from the good and we can learn from the challenging too. But it's all good, all right? And when you're feeling purposeful in the day, what's going on with that? What's your sense of the day? When you're on it and you're in the zone and you feel like you're on purpose, what's going on? How does that feel? And how does that day feel and how's it flowing? And there's lessons to learn from that and how we can apply it in other areas of our life too. Okay? And then one last question. Is there anyone in your life that's off purpose? And how could you help them? And write that out. And I would say with all of these, write that out. And then maybe what else? And what's that feel like? I think this is really important to reflect on and go deeper. All right? And I loved when I started, in 1996, February 16th, I graduated from Palmer College of Chiropractic and came right here within a week to Elizabethton, Tennessee, and I pretty much coached health too. Chiropractors are health coaches too, right? And I had a great business partner, Charlie F. Ward. He was great at Godstead Chiropractic, and he was helping me, mentoring me. And one thing that he had a purpose statement. And a lot of people don't believe in purpose statements, but a lot of people, they say they don't work, they don't last. But I like what Zig Ziglar said too. Either do showers. Right. He said that about motivation. We need to take one daily. But I'll just say Dr. Ward told me his purpose was to serve humanity through Godstead Chiropractic with love. All right? And why do I say that? Because we can all benefit by having a statement of purpose. All right? And what's your statement of purpose? Who do you serve? And what do you serve them with? And what services? And if you say, I don't have a business, you can still serve people with what you do and what you have. Even if you have nothing materialistic or nothing, we are servants. I think we should have the servant's heart. All right? So create that purpose statement too. And once again, I want to go back. Are you stuck in the mud? You just aren't making the progress. You find yourself when you need to do something, you're scrolling, you're just thumbing through things, or you're laying on that couch watching TV a little bit too long, trying to run away from your real meaningful activities. Or maybe you find yourself cleaning cupboards and cabinets, which is good, but maybe you need to be doing something more important, all right? Days like this, when this happens, can lead into weeks, and lead into months and years, and you don't get that book wrote. And when we get serious about our meaningful work, something that can take 5 to 6 years to accomplish, we can really do that in 5 to 6 months if we really get at it. And that's why I've got this 5-step clarity blueprint. If you would like it, simply comment clarity below or go to the featured link and we'll send that right over to you free, right? And we'll send that 5-step clarity workbook. It's free. You just go through it and you can go deeper in life, all right? So listen, get off the couch. Make that step today to make that better future. All it takes is one step forward to get that momentum. Once again, Dr. Howard Dennis, your certified high performance coach today. Go make a difference today.